kids. Fuck the kids? Yeah.
When I say, who's the master? You say, show enough.
What is up, people? Showing up the King here, back with another video, and today I'm bringing you a rant, okay? I haven't done one of these in a minute, and I mean a minute. I can't even remember the last death battle discussion that I have decided to do, and this one was actually pretty special. So, Death Battle just today just released their Sanji versus Rock Lee fight, and let me say this up front, because I know there's going to be a lot of people trying to flame me in the comment section, and I don't care, but I just want to say this up front. This argument that I'm getting ready to make is not necessarily about whether or not Sanji should have beat Rock Lee, or if Rock Lee should have beat Sanji. It's not even about that. The issue that I have with this death battle is the representation of the feats and of the data that Death Battle has been putting out on this series. With this battle, I feel like they were grasping at so many straws to try to get proper feats that they just ended up making mental leaps that were just well out of the realm of a possibility, in my opinion. And I'm just like, at this point, I don't even understand what the fuck they're doing. So, like, be prepared for some rage, because again, as I go through this, it's going to trigger me, and I can't help it, but it is what it is. All right, so sit back, relax. I hope you enjoyed the video. And again, if you do enjoy the video, make sure you thumbs up the video, thumbs down the video, subscribe to the channel, you know, all that good shit. All right. So what I'm going to do is I already kind of fast forwarded to the part that I wanted to talk about the most. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of get to the points that I want to discuss, and then I'll just jump ahead as I see fit. All right. So let's go.
Where every ocean in the world connects and all manner of sea life exists.
So here they're talking about
chef of the sea. But just
all
like
blue.
All of us, he had to deal with his first and much crazier family at some point. And when he did, he got an upgrade. This.
1 second. Let me make sure everything is copacetic.
Is the raid suit, a miraculous outfit with hover boots, invisibility, air boosters for increased.
So now they're just here talking about the raid suit.
Conveniently, the suit is stored in an easy-to-carry canister that can be opened for a magical girl transformation, like so. Oh, is this beer? Wait a minute.
So the issue that we're talking about is when they're talking about his feats in general.
I'm gonna either need to go to the bathroom or the hospital. While Sanji may not possess the superhuman ability of his siblings, he has learned something similar, yet entirely different. Haki. Gesundheit. This power lets people push their body to new limits in a bunch of different ways. Like with armament haki, he can make himself hard. Specifically.
And again, let me be clear. I'm not saying that Sanji is not a badass. I'm not saying that Sanji is not strong, okay? What I am saying is simply that they wanked Sanji so hard that it forced me to have to make this video, because it's just like, it's very, very inaccurate. I'm going to explain to this in detail. So yes, he does have haki, he does have armament haki, and his armament haki is pretty strong. We're close. Here's where we get to the problem.
To strengthen his limbs for ironclad defense and stronger attacks. However, Sanji's own speciality is Kenbunshoku, or observation haki. With this, Sanji can detect the presence of others, including.
So here's the first thing, and again, unfortunately, my screen is not capturing it properly. So here's the first thing. So what they're saying is that they say his observation haki is so strong that he can sense the presence of people in buildings. And then what they show on the screen is not Sanji's observation haki feat. They show Usopp's observation haki feat. Like, I've never seen Sanji, and again, I could be wrong about this particular one, but from what I remember, Usopp specifically was able to look through buildings and see the outline of Law, of Sugar, of Luffy in the building. Not Sanji. Sanji has never been shown to have that particular feat. Not even, and again, here's where the first issue is because what they're trying to do is they're saying that, oh, because Usopp can use observation haki, then that means that Sanji can use observation haki. They're equal. They're equal. Whatever Usopp can do, Sanji can do. And that's not the case. So that's like saying that Luffy can also see through walls and see people's aura, even though that's never been fucking shown. Okay? So again, and that's just something minor. All right, let's keep going. Future events? Okay. So this is the shit. This is the shit I'm talking about right here. This is the shit that fucking... you know what? Alright. So... you motherfuckers. You motherfuckers. Alright, so again, you guys can't really see it on screen right now, but basically what they're trying to say is that the fight with Katakuri, where Sanji was up on an altar with his betrothed, I can't remember her name right now, because he dodged Katakuri's jelly bean blast, they're trying to inference that Sanji somehow has future sight, which is absolute fucking bullshit, okay? So even in they said to an extent, and then they have the little pop-up that says, while not explicitly stated, Sanji has used his haki to dodge a sneak attack from Katakuri, whose own precognition was unable to predict Sanji's evasion. Here's what really happened in that whole scenario. Sanji didn't just willy-nilly dodge an attack from Katakuri. Not in that context. In that event, Sanji knew what was going on. He had already done the whole powwow with everybody. He already knew that his girl was going to try to kill him at the altar, okay? So any of that stuff, he was already prepared for an attack. He didn't go into that whole situation blind, and then all of a sudden, in the heat of the battle, he noticed Katakuri shoot the jelly bean at him. And even if you go back to the actual scene, you clearly see that it's not that Sanji foresaw Katakuri's attack. He was just fast enough to dodge it. And Katakuri was like, no matter what happens, he's gonna dodge this bullet. It's completely different than him having future sight. The only two people that we know concretely that have future sight is Katakuri and is Luffy. And Luffy only learned his future sight by going through the battle with Katakuri. He didn't just learn it out of the fucking blue. And even if you wanted me to take that mental leap to say, sure, that was a future sight feat. We all know from, if you watch, again, I read the manga for One Piece, and I also watch One Piece, the anime. I've read all of Naruto, I've watched all of Naruto, so again, I'm very familiar with both series, okay? I know what the fuck I'm talking about. So, we all know that haki blooms in a life or death situation. So, if we can infer that in that particular situation, Sanji was in a life or death situation. So adrenaline's pumping. He knows he's about to get attacked. He knows his girl doesn't really want him. We can probably infer that in that moment, his haki rose to the level that allowed him to dodge that bullet. The reason why I'm even saying that, again, I don't believe that necessarily. I'm just saying, if you want me to take that mental leap, I could get there. But again, that was a one-time thing. Sanji has never trained his observation haki to the extent where it would be classified as future sight. Point blank period. Sanji does not have any way, shape, or form fucking future sight. The fuck out of here. All right, so let's move on from that. All right.
And with the Straw Hats, let him push his abilities to the limit. He's strong enough to keep up with the likes of Zoro.
Now here's the other bit of fuckery. Let's listen.
One of the deadliest swordsmen in the friggin' world. And he could battle the Marine Fujitora, who could summon meteors from the sky.
Now here's where they take that mental fucking leap. So in one sentence, they say Sanji can keep up with Zoro. Sure, I'll give you that. Yeah, he can keep up with Zoro. Granted, neither one of them has ever fought each other seriously, so keep up is not even accurate in my opinion, but sure. We could assume that out of the three strongest Straw Hats, I would say it's Luffy, Zoro closely behind, and then I'd actually put Jinbei ahead of Sanji. I'd say Luffy, Zoro, Jinbei, Sanji. As far as like pure strength is, that's how I would put it. But if we're plucking out Jinbei and putting in Sanji, and it'll be Luffy, Zoro, Sanji. Now, what they do, and this is what pisses me off, is what they ended up doing is they sat there and said that because Zoro and Sanji are equivalent, they're trying to then say that anything that Zoro has done, Sanji is equivalent to it, which is absolute bullshit. So what they do is they have the nerve to sit there and then switch from Sanji feats to Zoro feats and give those feats to Sanji, which makes zero fucking sense, okay? Excuse me. So I'm sitting here looking at it, and again, I do apologize if you guys can't really see it, but again, fuck it. So they're sitting here and they're saying now,
The largest of which, when compared to the island of Dressrosa, appears to have a diameter of over 780 meters, and thus a kinetic energy of over 12.
So what they did was they decided to say that Zoro fought Fujitora, and because he fought Fujitora, and I'm sorry. So first they said Sanji and Zoro are equivalent, therefore Zoro feats are Sanji feats. So then they switch from Sanji, stop talking about Sanji, go to Zoro, and then they use a Zoro feat from a non-canon movie, okay? A non-canon fucking movie when Zoro went against Fujitora and Fujitora dropped a meteor and Zoro chopped it up. So what they then inferred is that if Zoro can cut up this meteor in this particular non-canon movie, then that means he should be able to cut up any meteor that he sends down in the canon material. So then they decide to get the circumference of one of Fujitora's biggest canon meteors and say that it's 12.2 gigatons of TNT, and then infer that if Zoro could destroy that, then Sanji should be able to do the exact same thing. Even though there's zero fucking feats that Sanji has ever fucking shown that he could do that. That's like me sitting here saying that if you're trying to equate that Zoro and Sanji are equal, that Sanji could have done to Pika what Zoro did to Pika, get the fuck out of here. Are you fucking kidding? So this fuckery is just to the umpteenth. Keep in mind, Sanji got his ass handed to him by fucking Don Flamingo, okay? They had a clash, but Don Flamingo whooped Sanji's ass, and Sanji had to flee, okay? So for you guys to sit here and say that he's on the level of Fujitora, even though that's never been shown, and he also tried to say that he was on the same level as Daifuku because they had, a clash? They didn't even have a fight that came. Sanji has not had a 1v1 other than Judge, who he definitively beat since... Shit, I don't even remember. Because again, you cannot say because he clashed with Daifuku or he clashed with the help of Luffy with Big Mom that almost... What is this? So what is he going to say? He's Yonko level now? Get the fuck out of here.
Gigatons of TNT.
So again, they're trying to give...
Blow up a whole island in a snap, and then some.
Right. And again, you clearly see them talking about Sanji, but showing Zoro's feet.
Let me know the next time you find a cook who can pull that off.
Yeah, I can't because Sanji didn't fucking do it.
Sanji sees himself as a gentleman and thus refuses to fight a lady.
Yeah. Here's the other thing. That pissed me off.
He's absolutely terrified of drag queens. That didn't age well. But even
Let me.
Sanji is a man of the moment, an adventurer with a goal. Firmly believes his hands have no.
So here's the other thing that they inferred that pissed me off. And this is another thing that needs to be talked about. So, light speed. So, they're also trying to say that Sanji is light speed. His reaction time is light speed, and his speed is light speed because of the pacifista feat, okay? So, again, this is another inference that they made. They're trying to say that because after the 2-year time skip, Luffy was able to dodge a pacifista's beam, then that means that Sanji, and because Sanji is on the same level of Zoro and Luffy, then that means that Sanji is also light speed. And they start using Luffy's light speed feat and try to say that Sanji can do the same thing, which is bullshit. And again, here's the other thing that really starts to piss me off about Death Battle. Stop trying to call anything that you see that looks like light an actual light feat. It doesn't work that way. The beam that the pacifista shot, even though it looks like a light beam, doesn't mean that it's at light speed. It just doesn't. That's like me sitting there saying that if you dodge a blast from just a regular stormtrooper blaster from Star Wars, that means you have light speed reaction time because it's just a beam of light. So it's a blaster. Everything that comes out that looks like light doesn't mean it's light speed. There are levels to this shit, okay? The one of the vice admirals, Kizaru is light speed. Kizaru's light beams, until you show me Sanji dodging Kizaru's light beam, then I would admit that he is light speed, okay? Until then, fuck out of here, okay? Because he ain't light speed. He ain't light speed reaction to... Even Katakuri's bullet jelly bean feat was not light speed. It's just not, okay? So... Okay, it's just frustrating, okay?
To him, it should be kept as Duke is a man of the moment, an adventurer with a gold ninja. From Naruto,
So,
time you find a cook who
and the last thing I want to discuss is the raid suit, okay? The raid suit is probably Sanji's most strongest feat outside of the whole Katakuri dodge, okay? Which was a one-time thing. We have not seen him repeat feats of that level. And again, that to me, a fluke is a fluke. And again, I need to see consistency in order for you to get those props, okay? So the raid suit, I think they probably represented that okay. Again, the raid suit helps you turn invisible. It absorbs shock from impacts. Again, it does make him stronger. There is no exact percentage of power increase the raid suit gives him because, again, thus far, we've only seen him go against one of the, not the gifter, Page Drake. No. It wasn't even X-Drake. It wasn't even X-Drake that he went against. He went against the Allosaurus dude. I can't remember his name right now. But he went against him, and even though he was kicking and punching and hitting the guy, he wasn't doing any substantial damage because, again, that guy was a special Zoan type, had a Zoan type devil fruit, Allosaurus model, dragon, whatever you want to call it. So he was, even though Sanji was hitting him, it wasn't really doing any massive damage that would have put him down permanently. So it's hard to still gauge what Sanji's maximum output level of damage is because, again, based off of their logic, you're trying to, if you're telling me that Sanji could destroy a comet and it's like a quadrillion ton of TNT, he should have murdered that Allosaurus dude when he kicked him. But again, you can't take feats from other people and from non-canon material and try to apply it to Sanji and toss him into a death battle. It just doesn't make any sense. overall, like I said, I'm not arguing whether or not Sanji should have beat Rock Lee. I definitely think that they wanked Sanji and they probably underleveled Rock Lee a little bit. But again, at the end of the day, Death Battle is going to do what they're going to do to try to, because again, they will do anything to warrant a victory for a person that they want to win. That's just how they do it. I did not want to come in here and just strictly say who should have won. I just wanted to come in and point out the inaccuracy that they had for Sanji. Because again, I made a comment about this in the actual video, and I had some of these other guys coming at me like I know what the fuck I'm talking about. And yeah, this is for y'all. So if y'all see this video, you're wrong. But again, let's talk about it. Comment in the section below. Again, thumbs up the video, thumbs down the video. Let's get the debate started. This is Showing Up the King. I'll holler at y'all. Peace.